What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy FOR-GIT Gaming coming at you guys with another Warlander video for you guys here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking to you guys about your positioning inside Warlander, something that we've seen. We've seen a lot of mishaps happen with inside this game, and those mishaps are very costly sometimes. So what we want to do in this video is we kind of want to explain where we feel the boundaries are. And okay, now everybody has their own way of thinking, so if you don't like the way of our thinking, then I'm gonna be honest. You don't have to let us know, but if you don't like how we think the positioning should be, then like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Okay, but for those that maybe this video helped a little bit understand about what your positioning is and what your job is, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you just enjoyed the guide, then make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss out on another video here on the channel. Alright, but getting into the video, or getting into the topic, we should say, what we want to do real quick is we want to pull up a map here real quick, and when we pull up the map, we're going to show you guys exactly where our positioning is. Okay, so let us do that real quick, and then we'll get right back into the topic. Alright, now with the map up on the screen, what we're going to do is we kind of want to outline for a defender where a defender on the map should be positioned if you are playing your role properly, and we ain't going willy-nilly. Okay, so to start off, as a defender, your area, number one thing, let's get this straight. Number one thing, you want to protect your core. Okay, we're just gonna put it out here like this. If you're all the way halfway across the map, you can't defend your core. If you're all the way over in that red zone, you cannot defend your core. That is your main job. If you watch, when your task pop up, it literally says perfectly, which means not getting hit, nicked, or anything. Perfectly hold your core for almost 12 minutes. That is the very last Valor achievement. Okay, 12 minutes. That's almost an entire battle. Okay, so as a defender, you should be at that blue castle. If you're blue, if you're red, that's your castle. Okay, so you should either be inside the castle, and if you aren't inside the castle, then your zone stops at that blue gate up on the left hand side, not that very first one. Okay, but that second one up, that's where your zone stops, on that left hand side. Now if you drop down, and then you go down to where the cannon is in the middle, and then you've got your tiny little your little machine gun, or whatever you want to call it, off to the right hand side of that. That's your zone right there as well. Okay, and then take it straight down from there, and that bridge, it's all the way on the right hand side. That is your area as a defender. So you got that whole back half of the map, literally everything. Let's put it this way: everything before, not after, not on, everything before D, A, and G is defender territory. That is pretty much your job, to make sure your team stops any pushes coming from G, A, and the other one. Okay, so now that we've gone over the defending side of things, now we're going to turn the tables, and now we're going to talk about the special ops. Okay, now once again, we're going to pull up the map, and we're going to show you guys exactly what we're talking about on the map. Okay, so you guys get a general idea of how this works. Okay, So give us 1 second. We're going to pull the map up, and then we'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so now that we've got the map pulled up, now we're going to talk, like we said, about special ops. Okay, now what is the zone for a special ops team? Okay, now special ops, obviously, those people are in charge of towers, and your towers are those things that are labeled as G, H, F, E, D, A, B. Okay, all those are towers. Okay, so they're in charge of towers and catapults. It's their job to make sure that your team has control of the most important towers. Okay, if you are not doing this as a special ops, then this is what you need to start doing, because this is your duty if you're playing. A special ops person is literally your zone. Your zone is from, let's start at the top of the map over at G. Okay, we're gonna go from G to H. Okay, G to H, draw a line. Now take H, draw a line all the way down to E, draw a line all the way over to D, and then draw a line back up to D. Everything that is in the center of the map, everything that's in the center of the map, and everything that your defenders should not be touching, that people like touching. Okay, that is your special ops area. Okay, that's their zone. That is their job to handle. Okay. Now, moving on. Now we're gonna talk about attackers. Now we ain't gonna bring the map up for attackers, because now attackers, those are easy to talk about. Okay, you guys have seen the map. So everything that your special ops cannot touch, and everything your defenders do not touch, that leaves one crew, which is your assault crew. Now their job is not to worry about the towers or anything like that. Their job is to make sure they get in to the enemy core, and make sure they can do as much damage as possible to that enemy core. And the only way they're going to be able to get in to the enemy core is if you have a strong defense, which means everybody staying in their position, which means behind the points that we had mentioned. Okay, doing their job to keep those people out. And then you've got your special ops that are carrying out special duties, which is like, if they go and they get a strategic advantage by taking one of your points, then special ops, it's your job to try your best to figure out how to finagle both of those squads, or one of those squads, however many you have. It's your job to figure out how you are going to get your groups to turn the tide in the middle of the field with those towers. Then obviously self-explanatory attack. I mean, you're more or less depending on your special ops to carve you away, because they're the ones that control the catapults and help you kind of get into the castle by destroying the castle equipment or weaponry that they have. All right, so like we said, order of how things go here, we're gonna run it through you one more time. Defense helps special ops. Okay, the defense, they kind of make sure, actually, let's put it this way, the defense helps everybody, because the defense secures a win if the attack cannot push through. Okay, and your special ops, like we said, you guys are there to pretty much help your defenders. So y'all are the middleman. Put it that way, y'all in the middle of the field, y'all the middleman. So it's your job to make sure that your attackers can get in, but it's also your job to make sure that you've got control of those points So the attackers can't come in hordes and wreck your defense. But it's also your job, like we said, to make sure that you are destroying that weaponry or getting them off the weaponry that's in the middle of the field, which is those catapults. So the defense doesn't get bombarded with catapult shells. All right, and then obviously, like we said, attack, very simple. Your job is pretty much to try and get your push up to that castle. Okay, now in the very beginning, what we do want to say in the very beginning, your two squads, your assault and your special ops. All right, in the very beginning, you guys are kind of working together, kind of working in tandem. But once you get to the middle of the field, special ops gets where they need to go to. That's when you should see most of your people kind of separate, or all your groups separate. And then everybody from that point starts doing what they need to do, or what their task is. Okay? So, like we said, we just want to say, hopefully this video helped you guys out. Understand maybe your positioning of, or you know, what you guys are choosing inside the game. If you guys are choosing assault, special ops, defense. Like we said, we just wanted to make a video to kind of maybe give you guys a little more insight on what you guys are supposed to be doing, or maybe where, because maybe some of you guys know what you're supposed to be doing, but maybe you don't know where you're supposed to be on the field. So hopefully this video helped you guys out, show you maybe a little bit more about where you should tactically be on the field. Like we said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm pretty sure other people might sit there and say, well, dude, that's dumbest setup. I know somebody else that plays it this way and they win all the time. I'm not gonna lie. They could, and every person has their own setup of how they want to play. Okay, but we also can't go willy-nilly in this game, running around like chickens with their heads cut off. So, like we said, you can find a tactic that works for y'all or whatever, but like we said, all right, we're just laying out the zones that the game itself wants you to be playing. So, like we said, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. It's been your boy FOR-GIT Gaming. I'm going to you all with another Warlander video, and we will see you guys in the next one.